Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to ProBots. You're watching ESChamp right now. This is day 3, season 1 of 2020 here on ESChamp. Sorry about that truck if you can hear that. That's very loud. Welcome, everybody. Drexama is joining me today. He's the head of ESChamp, but he's just a co-host. He'll be watching these matches with us and giving some insight on these bots. We have a lot of really cool bots this season. Drek, which one is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I would have to say Kagamine. Kagamine is 100% my favorite. Back before that, though, was Sarzabot, who is no longer with us, sadly. And you know what? I just realized it says you are the doctor, and you're clearly not the
That's
doctor.
not true. That's not true at all. I am Andy Man. The doctor, unfortunately, could not join us today. He should be back next week, though. So Drexama, who's not Andy Man, and Andy Man, who's not the doctor, are your hosts for today. We've got some good groups. We've got 2 groups of bots that will be going up. So 8 matches today in total. Should be a lot of fun. Had a lot of really good games last week. Kagamine last week took a win, so that was pretty exciting. Kagamine. I was thinking it's Kagamine. There we go.
And Kagamine has been is undefeated so far in the brackets.
Oh yeah, it is undefeated. Correct.
Yeah, hasn't lost at all. So,
well, we're going to see it go up against Micro Machine today. That could be a bit of a challenge. Micro Machine, obviously, our winner from last season, looking very strong this season as well. So that's going to be a good match.
Yeah,
I'm excited
Micro
for that.
Machine is a beast of a bot, and he causes other bots. He's just very aggressive. He's an incredibly aggressive bot.
Non-stop action.
Non-stop. You're just constantly bombarding anybody. Even when he plays against humans, he is just all over the place. He's just always on top of you. And so that puts a lot of bots on the back foot. And they're not really... it depends how you program it. If you have good defenses, Tier as a bot, I think, can handle Micro Machine's shenanigans. But
Tier looking really strong this season, too. I loved the build from last week. The Proxy Robo. Oh, so strong.
Well, that's
Tier.
That's like Tier in a nutshell.
Tier in a nutshell.
Yeah, Tier is not he doesn't surprise us. You know what actually surprises me the most about Tier is that he hasn't won a ProBots in a while, or I can't even remember if he ever won.
Well, he's been in the finals day for the past 3 however many seasons. Definitely all last year.
Yeah.
So
he is always in the top 8. He always makes out of the bracket every time. I think every ProBots Tier is always made out of the brackets. He's always top 4.
Oh yeah.
But he just comes short of winning. We had Sharpen Edge, we had Micro Machine, and they win, but Tier always falls short. That's 3rd or 4th. And the thing is, Tier has so many builds in his arsenal. He is probably the bot with the most builds easily.
Yeah, definitely. Looking very strong. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, Tier can maybe take one this year or this season rather. Would be really cool.
I'd like to see that.
But yeah, we're going to be starting with Spiny versus Mech Sweep in just a moment. But before we do that, you're right. The plugs. Gotta see who wants to join the community. If you like ESChamp, if you like ProBots, there's a few ways you can help support and continue making sure that that ProBots goes on for a long, long time. And forgive me, I'm very spacey today, so Drek's gonna fill in. I just got over a cold, so
let me take this part for you.
you do this for me. That would be great.
Yeah, hit that ! Community in the chat. It just popped up right there for you. Join our group, our forum where we discuss bot making, and also there's the StarCraft stuff there. We're doing a lot of discussion on improvements.
A lot of learning.
A lot of learning going on in there.
That's good.
And we got something special. We're gonna do a shout out. Can we do a shout out? Production?
Yes.
Do we have the powers for that?
For the next game.
Okay, we'll do the shout out in the next game. But ! Join, and that's for our Crown Club members. You people are the great people who help us get where we need to go. If you are essentially interested in helping us build a more equipped community, then you're the person that becomes a Crown Club member at the end of the day, because these dedicated people help fund us making these things happen. And last but not least, you can just subscribe on Twitch, throw a Twitch subscription our way. If you got a Twitch Prime or whatever have you, that's the 3 ways to support. And you guys going to see a shout out for our Crown Club member. If you missed it last week, we debuted our shout out mechanism, and you will see it hopefully after this game. Until then, though, let's get started with Spiny versus Mech Suite.
Yeah, let's do it.
How did I do, Andy?
That was beautiful. Perfect. I could not have asked for anything better. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on in the Discord. Yeah, like you said, just a lot of learning and stuff. We'll have hopefully some fun stuff coming up in the future. But let's go ahead and dive into ProBots. It is time to make these bots fight for our entertainment. And this is going to be good. As they should. You know, I've noticed something, just especially in last week's games. Zergs have been phenomenal at spreading creep this season. I think all Zerg has just been really, really good at spreading the creep, taking over the map. I forget which game it was specifically. It might have been, no, it wasn't Spiny. It was Creepy Bot. I think took over had pretty much the entire map covered in creep by the end of the game.
That's what Creepy Bot kind of does, though. He just
creeps it up.
Just creeps it up, right? He just
creeps it up.
He just that's his coup de grace, or his specialty is just sending the creep, sending as much creep as possible. So,
indeed. Well, here we go. We've got Spiny in the bottom right. I guess we should introduce these bots. It is our red Zerg bot. And I'm trying to remember what Spiny did last week. I think it was just a lot of Zerglings. I do believe they had speed. So we should be seeing something similar.
Well, I always felt like, spine crawlers should be his thing, but I don't think we saw any spine crawlers. That wasn't something he did. And so, in our top left, our blue Terran Mech Sweep.
Mech Sweep did lose last week. Tried to go for a bit of a Cyclone. I think it was Reapers into Cyclone. So it does live up to its namesake a little bit there. We'll see how well it does. It lost against Protoss. It was it Alert? God, I can't remember who it was. I'm very spacey right now.
I think it was a Tier.
You're right. It was the proxy that killed him. You are absolutely right. Yep.
Proxy double robo.
But we'll see how well it does against Spiny here. I don't see any super aggressive shenanigans coming out of Spiny like that. Just again, if I recall correctly, it should just be a lot of Zerglings. So we'll see how well it does. I don't know. Cyclones aren't the best against Zerglings in the long run, though, especially mass Zergling.
Well, I guess it kind of depends on timing, really, right? If Spiny Zerglings come before any Cyclones come out, then I don't know how he's going to handle this.
Well, we'll see. Only time will tell. Factory is about to finish up, so we should be seeing those Cyclones relatively shortly here. Third base out of Spiny before much Ling production. Just a couple Lings to go out and kind of take control of the map here. So very economic opening out of our red bot. And that's another thing I've noticed out of pretty much all the bots. Macro has just been so good, especially Kagamine. I gotta say, the macro has just been really, really good this season for pretty much all the bots.
That's one thing to keep remember too is that Kagamine is using an old build from November, December, and hasn't actually had an opportunity to be updated. So we're seeing good old-fashioned Kagamine.
It always had some baller macro.
Yeah, like
that. Ooh, get him, Ling. Look at that. How many kills do you think that Ling's gonna get? I'm guessing 5 before it gets dealt with.
I'll take that 5 and raise you to 10.
Ooh, big money. I love how he's attacking the SCVs are trying to take shelter in the refineries. They're like, oh, run. But do end up getting killed. Oh, come on, number 5. Get him. Here's, okay, so it's a tank on the way out this time. Mech Sweep does have its... Oh, never mind. Reaper got a little too bold there. We'll end up dying. All right, so we're at my 5 kills.
I think we can
Boom.
Get a little bit more.
I was right.
Oh, damn.
Tank, shut it down. Damn. Well, now that the tanks are out, this is going to be a little bit harder for Spiny, especially if it just sticks with Zerglings. Might need to see a little bit of a transition here or something. Nothing really so far, just spore crawlers, which is interesting. Maybe anticipating liberators. Could just be general defense programmed in.
I'm interested to see if Spiny is going to transition into like level 2, or where we're gonna like what's the overall plan. We can't just have lings. Is that a Hydralisk stand? What is that? What is that being built right there? Is that roaches?
No, it's just a lair.
Oh, just a lair. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little small.
No, just Zergling speed. A lot of Zerglings on 3 base. It's there we go. 4th base even come down. So Spiny sticking to that macro, making sure it can afford a ton of lings. But yeah, at the moment, that's all we're seeing is just a lot of Zerglings. And against tanks, if they catch them off guard.
What's interesting though is we have Mech Sweep is producing Vikings, but it's not a response, right? You have some bots who will scout and build based off of what they see. This is just something like a blind build, right? Obviously his name is Mech Sweep, so he's just gonna make mech, but what happens when you get countered by a bot that like Mad AI who predicts the probability of what you do?
I don't know. That's a good question. How much does it come into play, I guess? Well, let's see. A lot of drones on that base, a little bit oversaturated right now, so Spiny will need to transfer. There's your Hydralisk stand coming down.
Okay.
Maybe that'll be the answer. And Roach Warren actually getting thrown down as well. Infestation Pit about to finish up. So finally, at about 6 minutes in, Spiny's like, all right, I'm going to get everything. Spire about to finish up. Yeah, really just getting everything. So maybe Spiny's weakness is kind of that early game. I'm curious. Had Mech Sweep been a little bit aggressive, Hellions or something, that's very common. You're going into Mech, harass with some Hellions. Well, could have been good, but nothing really. Just tanks playing both bots playing defensively. Mech Sweep needs to get another base though. Oh, actually, it's about to finish.
Trial
is on it. Mech Sweep is on it.
These particular bots are playing very shy. Like they're very shy. Like not as much harassment as I would like. Like you have a bit of Vikings here and there, but if you think about Spiny being a little cheeky with the Overlord spreading creep on the 4th over there.
Yeah, I was gonna note that. Last week, who was it? Was it Spiny as well? But there was a Zergling sitting under the creep, just soaking it up like a creep shower. It was really funny.
Well, cuteness here is now the Vikings are actually put into play. I made a comment earlier where I thought the Vikings weren't going to have any real use because Spiny wasn't going air, but it's doing a really good job cleaning up these Overlords. Yeah,
had he not had the Viking, that could have been a little annoying to deal with, especially since there's no Marines or anything out. So, no, they came into play very much.
I definitely take it back. It makes sense to have these.
Look at that production tab. That's crazy.
These guys are so very heavy macro, and like I said, wow, he knew it was a changeling.
Knew. Well,
I guess most
he knew it wasn't his, because they can't control it, and it's just anything they see that isn't theirs. And
naturally must be an enemy, right?
Yeah, interesting. Here we go. There's the Hellion harass a little bit. Is going to try to kite some Zerglings. A little bit on creep too much, though. It's not going to be as effective as Mech Sweep probably could have hoped for.
I do, even though it wasn't very effective, I do like the gusto. I like the idea that you're here to harass, and Spiny's control of units is very impressive. Blue Flame out, but not enough to help them against these Zerglings. Yeah,
that is a lot of Zergling main lane. This is where the tanks are going to come into clutch, I think. That is a lot of tanks here, so anything that gets in range of that's definitely going to take some volleys. So I guess the question is, will Spiny have enough to be able to get on top of that? If the Zerglings can soak the tank hits and the Banelings can get on top of them,
absolutely.
Then yes.
But Mech Sweep is was throwing away a couple of units there to harass, and he's still sending up 2 Hellions. And I'm going to question that if he keeps sending units, he won't have enough to hold when the boom comes.
Yeah, he needs that support for the tanks. Look at that creep spread. Just like I was talking about, Spiny is just on top of it, taking over the whole map. Mech Sweep has actually been kind of holding it back in the middle. You can kind of see a lack of creep tumors in the middle, whereas on the sides they're just everywhere. And that is just Mech Sweep being active and pushing it back a little bit, which is what he needs to do.
I think it's just I feel like Spiny learned from CreepyBot. CreepyBot was definitely the first bot in ProBots to kind of bring out this extreme creep spread. I want to call it extreme creep spread because all bots seem to do creep spread fairly well, but CreepyBot is the kind of bot by the 5-minute mark, a quarter, if not 3/4 of the screen is covered in creep already.
Mm-hmm.
Right, look at that. It's like 7 tumors, always like 5 to 6 creep tumors, just constantly in production.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a beauty of being a bot is you can do a lot more than a human in 1 second. That's why we can see. Do we have the APM? Yeah, the APM's there. It's like 8,000, 9,000. You see that on ladder, you're like, oh, it's a hacker. But these bots, they can do it.
If I see 80,000 APM, I'm quitting. Like
I had some guy once because I used to do some tournaments, and his APM was like 9,000. And he's like, oh no, it's just spamming or something. It's like, no, you can't spam 9,000 times. And it was for like a constant minute too.
Is it possible hilarious. He was just a bot?
It's possible he was a bot. Maybe the bots are among us and we just don't even know it yet.
Like every time I order from Amazon and I have a problem and I talk to the chat, I'm always certain it's a bot. Like I swear it has to be a bot.
I actually just got well, here comes a push. I'll tell you in a second. Push comes in. Tanks siege up. Will they be in time here? The Zerglings and Banelings going for the Cyclones and Hellions, leaving the tanks a little bit alone here. Could be Spiny's undoing, and there are mutas out. So actually, that might just save the day here and be able to clean up all these tanks. Because yeah, just one Viking, one wounded Viking, and a handful of Cyclones. It's not really going to be enough anti-air. So the mutas end up being the perfect choice to kind of combat what Mech Sweep was doing.
Well, now we have about four Cyclones and one Viking in here with kiting capabilities. So they're going to blow up these. They
are going to kite. Actually, they do get the mutas.
Yeah, they do get these mutas. And the tanks, like you said, held the line, right? I actually was kind of worried there because it looked like they had got them mid-siege. So I felt like Mech Sweep was in trouble, but that wasn't the case. We were very fortunate. Very, very fortunate there for Mech Sweep.
Hey, there's spine crawlers coming down for you.
Yeah, but I wanted some of that like aggressive spine crawlers that we saw in 2019, like season 2, season 1. I can't remember what bot it was, where he literally would take like a hive and like proxy spine crawler you at your natural.
Oh, I really thought Spiny was going to be able to hold this off. It does have Broodlords out here, and it's just going to buy a little bit of time. Where'd the Vikings go? Are there any more Vikings out, or did the Hydras clean them up?
There should be like 1 or 2 Vikings. They have to remember, it looks like here that Mech Sweep is split across 3 campaign battles across now. Like he has 1 in the middle, 1 in the right, and 1 in the just off center at Spiny's like 5th base. So,
yeah, this is kind of cool. All the little skirmishes across the map. You don't really see stuff like this too often, and it's cool that the bots can take care of them simultaneously so effectively here. Spiny actually cleaning this up. A couple tanks here finally going to get cleaned up on the north side, and that leaves just the one big push coming down the middle for Mech Sweep, I think.
It's a question for me. Oh, we have Vipers here and everything? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, no, Spiny got every tech, every single tech possible.
We were talking before we started this about the macro of these bots and how...
Ooh, nice abducts.
Look at these abducts. Just snatching your... Oh, we have Thors. That's where we're at.
Hey, he is pulling the Thors right up under the Broodlords, and I guess it's working out. There's one Thor, actually, that's still going to stand strong. And it might be too much. Mech Sweep might break Spiny's back here with just too much mech play. The Thor is so close to dying. Oh, my goodness.
It's a really good match. I love the macro going on in here.
I think there's too much here. Mech Sweep, 105 army supply to 14. Spiny has just kind of stopped making army, but it just doesn't have any money to make army with. A couple spine crawlers and a spore coming down, upgrades on the way, but there's just no more money for anything. And it looks like Spiny. It looks to me like Spiny is like, oh, he's got the whole map. Look at all that creep. He's only got like 1, 2 effectively mining bases, 2.5, something like that. You can see drones just everywhere, just getting picked apart here. Oh my goodness. The massacre.
They're like, the end is nigh. The end is nigh.
Nice transfuses on that Viper, but looks like Mech Sweep's going to take it here. Just a lot of Hellbats going to finish it off. Yeah, nothing to kill the tanks anymore. The Vikings have control of the skies, and Spiney's just flat broke. Almost zero income at this moment.
You could say he's mech sweeping it up.
So no, wait, is Spiny long distance mining? Because the income says plus 111, but there's only like a couple minerals coming in every 10 seconds or so.
I'm looking at the map, and I don't really see... I don't see any activity going on in other parts of the map. He's just probably... like, he's still mining.
Yeah. Indeed. Wow, I kind of was expecting Spiny to win as well a little bit there. It was looking really good with the mutas. I thought they'd be able to clean up the tanks. But in the end, Mech is just too strong. I'm going to eat a bite of my sandwich real quick.
I'm sure human Terrans would disagree with you, but they're not here and they're not bots. So
exactly. So, yep, just a matter of time. Mech Sweep's going to find this last base and eventually finish this off. Eventually.
So,
all right. Well, that puts Mech Sweep at what? 2-1.
2-1.
Where's my thing?
2-1.
For that puts Mech Sweep at 2-1 for the season so far. So looking pretty good there. Spiny almost was 3-0. This is Spiny's first loss. So well done by Mech Sweep, able to hold on and keep pushing through.
Hold on. I feel like I should write a song to Spiny. Like a
beautiful
haiku.
Stuff. A little haiku about its defeat there.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we've got, I believe it's a TVP. But before that, we have a shout out, if it's ready, for our Crown Club member. If you too want to become a Crown Club member and help support ProBots, you can type in !join in the chat. You get a fun little shout out. You get access to all the content right away. You can also become a Twitch subscriber to get access to the VODs right away. Just a nice little perk for you lovely people who do help support ProBots and keep it a thing, keep it a reality. I'm so thankful that we have ProBots.
Me too.
So cool.
Let's do it. Let's see the shout out.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another game coming up in just a moment. We are getting it hosted right now. It's going to be the Harvester
we
versus
have to say, even though that Warren, I want to say super shout out to Warren Phillips, awesome Crown Club member. Thanks to you, we get to keep doing what we're doing.
Oh, yeah. It's cool stuff. You get cool little perks being a Crown Club member, such as early access to the tickets for live finals or something like that. Priority seating, fun stuff. All right, let's take a look bracket here. So, coming up next, we've got Harvester versus Alert. Should be pretty good. Alert did a pretty cool build last week. Ended up, I think, not working out for him. But, unfortunately, Alert has no wins just yet.
Poor thing.
But maybe we'll see some. No, it definitely had some potential. I really like it. I did the Void Rays. Had some really interesting Void Ray micro where it would like kind of zap and move, trying to keep its distance from Hydras and that kind of thing. So I'm definitely expecting a win or two throughout the season here from Alert, one of our new bots. So it's always a little hard to go up against some of these long-time, well-established bots who.
So we also, it's gonna be interesting because the Harvester is I always get these mixed up. Someone's going to correct me in the chat. I want to say a reinforcement learning bot. And that translates that I think last time he chose just to do Zerglings. So it can be a surprise to what he does.
All right. Yeah. Well, it should be a good matchup. We're ready whenever you are, production. We're going to be moving on to Thunderbird as our map. And I'm sorry, PVZ, not a PVT. It will be a PVZ. Harvester is Zerg. Alert is Protoss. And here we go. Why don't you start this one off?
Absolutely. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna change my pick to the Harvester being my favorite bot for now.
Oh yeah.
So in the bottom right hand corner, your red reinforced learned bot, the Harvester.
State size 109. What does that mean?
I am going to guess that it's just declaring its size.
Kind of what it's doing or something.
Yeah, maybe. Well, because as I understand it, the updates, because every week they can submit updates for their bots.
In the top left, hold on, I gotta, before our observer loses it here. In the top left, it's our blue Protoss alert.
And so...
Okay, so what were you saying? Okay, so now we have an action size too, so state size and action size.
See,
so what does this mean?
This is why we need like the doctor to give us this is like the doctor's specialty to tell us these things, right?
Yeah, he knows these things.
He knows these things, and but I'm going to give you my best interpretation because every week they can submit new versions of updated versions of their bots to ProBots, but being a reinforced learned bot, he doesn't really change the code. Instead, he just sort of updates or submits a new learned model. If I understand that correctly, obviously you bot makers will butcher me in the chat if I mess that up correct, but I think I understood it correctly that, he does a little bit of training and then he submits that learned state in, and that's what we see.
Okay, so in chat here, if it's choosing a build, an action size of 6 would be 6 builds. State size 102 would be 102 inputs that it uses to determine the action.
Oh, that's Stephen Brown knowledge dropped in the chat. Our godfather of Pi SC2.
Okay. So basically, it's just kind of choosing, what it can do.
Yeah.
Or in layman's terms, there.
Yeah.
So here we go. Harvester getting up to that second base here. A couple of zealots coming out. Alert, maybe gonna do some early pressure.
I hope so. Is that roaches? That's really cute because last time he didn't really make anything past Zerglings, and now we're gonna get roaches, which is good.
Well, it could be very good against the zealot attack that's potentially incoming here.
I always, what I love, and this is why I loved Sarzabot, because with machine learning bots and reinforced learning bots, I feel like you just never know what you're gonna get. It could be, 1 week it could be totally lame, and then next week it could be like a small mini god trapped in a bot's body.
Huh. Well, okay, so yeah, it does the all the little stuff that Harvester was saying does break it down. Throughout the game, it will make decisions based on those criteria. By the looks of it, yeah, I'm definitely not as knowledgeable as someone like the doctor on this stuff. So we appreciate you guys in chat with all your smarts coming in. I just like watching bots fight, I'll be honest. It's fun. Robots are cool. Who made alert?
Robots in disguise. That should be like our bot theme song.
Who did make alert? Where's our list of who did what?
Let's pull up our notes.
There we go. Mind Games. So Mind Me was the bot last season, right? Was that last season we had Mind Me? Or Mindbot? Wait, I'm drawing a blank here.
Remember, there are two mind-related people. There's Matt.
Oh.
So there's Mind Me, who is the bot creator, and then there's additional. Mind Games.
Gotcha.
So
man, you guys really like to make it confusing for me. Mind Me is a different author, so.
Yeah. So
that's right. Mind Me makes additional pylons. That's right. Okay, so this is Mind Games with number 1 as the I.
Yes, Mind Games. And don't forget, then there's Mad AI and Madbot. So you have to remember, there's a lot of peoples with M's in ProBots. M seems to be a common.
Oh, I'm just too easily confused. That's all. All right, so
yeah,
Harvester's yeah, that too. Harvester's up to 3 bases, has those roaches coming out here. But with the Void Rays, again, I just brought up the Void Rays a little bit ago. The Void Rays can come in clutch against a big ground-based army. Does even have a robo facility, so maybe we'll see an Immortal or two would be would be just the cherry on top to deal with this, I think.
Oh, I love a good sky toss. I hope we can get into that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, a little bit slow on the macro, though, for Alert. Second base isn't even done yet, but we've got a Fleet Beacon about to finish. So really banking on that early carrier, maybe even Tempest, to hopefully hold off whatever pressure that Harvester's going to throw. Because 3-base Zerg is a scary thing, especially when your second just finishes.
I don't know how I feel about a rush to carrier against a Zerg bot. Like, if this was, and I still come back to it, if this was a micro machine, you'd be dead.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not. So I think it could work out. There's the Immortal. With the carrier overhead, if it's just a primarily roach-based army, this is actually going to do really well, I think. We'll see. We'll see.
So one thing to note, bot, like the Harvester uses the Sharpie library, which makes it's good in fights and you actually build an army. And the build orders are done in reinforcement learning using build category selection.
Oh. Well, that's kind of neat.
But we had no insight to like how it makes its decisions, so we'll have to watch and see.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's kind of a good thing that Harvester's being so passive because one of Alert's early weaknesses is early rushes and attacks. And as you can see, there's just a few Zealots, one Void Ray, a ton of Roaches come in. You're just not gonna have the DPS to clean that up in time. We've seen that as a popular build to stop Protoss early air. It's just Flood Zerglings or something like that. But as it is, Alert's being given some time to really get up a decent army. 2 Immortals on the way at once. I still haven't seen any carriers or Tempests. So that Fleet Beacon just kind of sitting idle at the moment. No upgrades either coming from it. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Third base finally coming down for Alert. So that's definitely good. Wants to keep up in that economy as Harvester's now getting fourth.
We have to give a kudos to is that Alert is actually a random bot. And so I always find, I always like, we have to give kudos to a random bot where it has to be 3 times harder. Actually, I'm going to say 9 times harder to make a bot that not only has to know how to play each race and then know each counter to each race in their specific scenario. So kudos to this.
Yeah. Kudos indeed. Yeah, it's been Protoss the past couple times, so I was just starting to think it was a Protoss bot. Didn't it play Protoss in the first week too?
Yeah, well, I think
it's been Protoss every time.
I think it's like a 1 in 3 chance that it's going to land on Protoss.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right. Well, as it is, this is a great anti-roach army. Hydras are now coming out. Hydra's going to do very well as long as they have enough of a meat shield against the Void Rays, the Immortals, that kind of thing. We do have a robo facility on the way, though, or a robotic support bay. So maybe Colossus coming out and even some disruptors. Still haven't seen that Fleet Beacon used, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Maybe it got stuck.
Wait, did it get the Void Ray upgrade and I just didn't notice or something?
I did not see the Void Ray upgrade.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually surprised that we're only really at 2 Void Raids. Like, we have a bunch of Immortals, which is cute and fine and all, but I don't know. I feel like the early air advantage could have been pushed, like you said, with the Fleet Beacon. We could have probably started getting close to pushing out a carrier. Oh, there we are. You're right. There's a Colossus.
Okay.
Interesting composition. Yeah,
I think the Void Rays were only going to really be good in the first 5-6 minutes if Roaches had come across intact, but Harvester was really passive until just now. So
yeah, well, we have Hydras, so those Void Raids are not going to survive very long.
Yeah, especially if they don't target down the Hydras. So far, they're doing a pretty good job. Hydras haven't gotten any yet. Are going to finally kill off a Void Ray, though. And yeah, the Voids just not going to cut it. But the Immortals, they are the bread and butter of this army, holding everything together right now. They're going to shred. There's so many of the Roaches. There are a lot of Immortals going down, though. So oh, man, this is so close. I don't think that Alert is going to have enough in the end. Is he? Oh, yeah, the Colossus pops out just in time to deal with those Hydras.
You know what?
He's going to hold this wave. But look at the army supply already.
Yeah, I want that like that macro. I want that like that micro as like a GIF. Did you see that immortal micro? I'm actually gonna make sure I save that as a marker to look at later.
Are you one of those heathens that says GIF?
GIF? Yeah.
It's GIF. I know it's not GIF, but it's GIF.
Oh
anyway.
What?
I'm a firm believer that it's GIF. The guy who invented them said no, it's GIF. He's wrong. It's called a GIF.
Well, it's definitely a GIF. If the guy who invented it calls it a GIF, then
he's wrong.
100% what it is.
He's wrong. It's GIF.
Okay.
Anyway, this Colossus is a hero right now. It needs to get those. There we go. It does get the Hydras. More Lings are coming across, so we need Zealots or something for this Colossus. It can only micro so much, especially against Speedlings. Oh no, it's going to get caught off on the low ground there. Doesn't get a chance to go to the high ground.
I do like that we are finally getting Thermal Lance. A little bit late, but we have 2 Robo Facilities pushing out. I don't think we're going to get it out in time. Like, what are we? 2, 3? Okay, we're 3 bases against like 7. What's happening?
Yeah, I think it was just a little bit too slow on the macro. It really went up, got the Fleet Beacon, got the Robo Bay, got all this tech and stuff, but then doesn't have the economy to really do anything with it. Finally got that 3rd base up, but as you can see, it was just a little too late. Didn't really get to do any mining from it whatsoever. So if I could change one thing about Alert, it would just be to get that 2nd base a little quicker, macro a little bit more, and then get up into all that tech. Kind of switch it a little bit.
Can you guys in the chat let me know if Alert uses machine learning or reinforced learning? I don't seem to have any information on that.
Getting a little lag stutters. Is that just me?
Try turning down your quality. Because I'm on 720 and it's fine.
Okay. But I want to be on the highest quality.
Well, this was a very beautiful match. Even though Alert is dead, his stutter stepping micro of the Immortals, I think would make a great forum icon or
No, all of its units kind of did that. The Void Rays, which usually, though, with the Void Rays, you don't want to stutter step as much unless you are trying to pick off Hydras or something like that. But the Colossus was really good. We saw the Colossus was one of the last units alive because it was able to just keep kiting back and doing damage. Imagine that Colossus with just some Zealots underneath. It would have done phenomenal. But as it is, the Harvester is going to take its first win in Season 1 here in 2020.
And what a win it is. What a win.
The Hydras were waiting for support, okay? They're waiting for the Zergling support before they kill that.
And they got it, and then they changed their mind.
What are they going back for? What are they? Oh, there's stuff on the high ground still that they're like, yeah, we should get that, maybe. Oh my god, this is gonna make me nauseous.
I know, I'm getting dizzy.
Whoa, that was a mind trip. So they're gonna lead. What the hell? A little conga line going on right now.
Listen, they're practicing for their debut in Hamilton, okay? So leave them alone.
I don't even know what to say about this. I guess leave the roaches to do all the work there up at the high ground.
My god. Several hours later.
Yeah. The next day. There we go. Nope, almost. I thought he was going to go for it. So once this RoboBay dies, it will be able to finish off that final assimilator. The Queen is like, God, you guys hurry the fuck up. I've got more games to play. And the Queen is going to be the only one proactively going after that assimilator.
7 hours later.
This will definitely make a great clip for Twitter.
It almost looks like it's, a little that just keeps like reversing and playing, reversing and playing, reversing and playing. Finally, it kills off that Robo facility there. Well done, Harvester. Taking over the whole map with Creep as well. Oh, there's one more. Oh, my bad. Thought that was the final. This is the final one.
The final countdown.
Well done, well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 2 more games in Group A here coming up very shortly. Some good stuff so far. A couple of Zerg wins, one Zerg win. We had a Terran win at the start. And next we've got a PVT coming up. One of my personal favorites, Tier, will be coming in hopefully with some fun builds. Always has something fun up its sleeve here. But Straylock looking a little bit better this season. Already has 1 win, I believe. Nope, no wins just yet. My mistake. But maybe today is Straylock's day.
Maybe today.
Maybe. I don't know. Tears a really hard one. You were talking about earlier. Tears has been so close to the finals, to taking that first place multiple times in multiple seasons. So Tears definitely not a bot to be trifled with. So I think Straylock's going to have its work cut out for him here. Lies, Terran can't win in StarCraft. That's kind of true on certain days.
We do not allow the wins. There are no wins.
No
Only
wins for
losses.
Terrans.
Only,
We'll see.
No tears. No dreams. Only tears now.
Only tears. All right, so we're getting that loaded up. While we wait, everybody, if you haven't joined the community yet, type in !community. Simple as that.
Yes.
You can see our awesome new forum. You can also become a Crown Club member and support ProBots by typing in !join.
And make sure
We've even got.
Yeah, make sure you guys check out the community. I've put together like some really awesome stuff to make it a lot cleaner and easier. And we've got some people posting some articles. Like we recently had someone put an article about how to use replays to level up StarCraft, and I'm hoping to get some bot guys over there to bring on because Bits of Code is coming back soon. So hopefully, maybe Stephen Brown will put some awesome articles up there. We'll see. But I'm hoping that we can really help each other get better. So,
Indeed. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Finally getting some audience members in here. Welcome, everyone, if you're just tuning in. This is ProBots Season 1, Day 3 of 2020. And we've got our PVT ready to go. Tier versus Straylock coming up on Triton LE. Go ahead and take it away whenever.
what are your favorite maps out of all the maps that the bots play on?
Oh, I kind of stopped having favorite maps because they're all just big and they're all kind of the same in my opinion. I used to be Wings of Liberty player, and man, I loved those little small maps, the 3-player, the 4-player maps. Now it's only this one player or 2-player maps, and they all feel kind of similar. And every now and then we do get a cool new map in the map pool that is very unique and feels good to play on it, but I don't know. They all kind of feel the same to me these days.
You know what I like? Disco Bloodbath?
Disco Bloodbath is a fun one, except for my only complaint with that is that the units don't automatically dance when you walk across the middle. When you go onto the disco floor, they should just instantly start dancing. Like, let them still move and attack and stuff, but just make it the dance animation. Huge opportunity missed. What's up, Agamemnon? Hey, hi. Oh, wait, he's saying hi. Oh, yeah, you're not Andy Man, so he's saying hi to both of us.
Okay.
Welcome, Agamemnon. I can't. That's hard to say.
Agamemnon.
Agamemnon.
That is that's the Greek, or is it guy from the Trojan Wars who wanted to force Helen of Troy to marry him.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yes, Agamemnon. He sieged Troy. So, a little bit of history knowledge drops for you. So let's do our little bot introductions. In the bottom right,
somebody eating cereal.
I think it's our production.
I wonder if stream could hear that.
No, they can't hear it, but
it was like this clank. I was like, is someone eating the cereal or something?
In the bottom right hand corner, the red ProDOS tier.
And here we go in the top left, but also in the bottom right with a bit of a proxy. We have got our blue Terran. Give it up for Straylock.
And you know what? The best part of sometimes these ProBots that are named after players, I envision that when the bot uprising happens, you have this scene where the real Straylock is at his computer, and then someone taps on his shoulder, and it's like the bot Straylock is like, "I'm here to replace you."
I think it's really interesting how Straylock is kind of doing Tier's zone builds against him here. Tier choosing to stay inside of its base this time, but Straylock is going to be proxying, which proxies work a lot of the time in ProBots.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
it's he's taking a play right out of Tier's book. So
using his own tricks against him.
You know, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the play.
I love the Marauder with the concussive shell too. That's again that's like old school Wings of Liberty build. You don't see it too much anymore, but every now and then, if done correctly, you can really cut your opponent off guard with it. And I think it's about to do just that. A couple stalkers, that's not going to be able to hold this off. 4 stalkers, 5 stalkers. If the micro's really good, that concussive shell is going to make it hard. But the Reaper.
Yeah, right.
It was not destined for this fight. It's fine.
Yeah, not long for this world.
There we go. Dive on him. That's what the Marauders need to do. They are going to dive right up on the Stalkers. Trading 1 for 1 so far. Second Marauder comes down. Actually, just too many Stalkers here. And the Marauder's not quite going to cut it. Had he maybe waited for that 4th or even a 5th one, this could have gone a lot better. But as it is, Tier barely, I don't think Tier even lost any hull points on any of those Stalkers. Maybe like 1 or 2.
He lost 1 Stalker. He lost a whole Stalker.
Oh, he did lose 1 Stalker. That's right. But I'm talking about these ones.
Yeah, this is where this goes pretty much south for Straylock, because this is good when you're bunched up, but now the Stalkers are like, goodbye.
Oh, they're just gonna, it's a snowball effect at this point. Especially with that Immortal popping out too. These Marauders don't stand a chance. Had this hit maybe 30 seconds sooner or something, I don't know, but it couldn't really have hit that much sooner. So.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Are we behind?
I think I might have been behind, but I'm pretty sure I'm at the same time. I'm 46. 50. Oh, maybe.
You're 5 seconds ahead of us, but I can't get any further ahead. I'm at 54, 55.
55. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm here.
So we're on sync.
Yeah. That's what matters. I think maybe.
Sorry. One day we'll figure out how to cast these games live in the StarCraft client. That would be the dream.
Yeah, the technology just isn't there.
Well, we got to make the technology, man.
I guess, like, bot makers, help us.
Help us, bot makers. Make it so we can watch these live, and you won't have to deal with us being 5 seconds behind the game.
You are our only hope.
The power is in your hands.
And
we'll give you a shout out on stream if you do. That would be pretty cool. All right, Stalkers, they're snowballing. This is it.
Well, the thing is, like, Tier, and you know what? It's kind of scary because I can't tell if it was like Tier went the way he went. Like, he went into his, like, did a 1 base because he knew that the proxy was going to fail. Like, it seems weird because I don't know, like, Tier doesn't use any machine learning or reinforcement learning, but for whatever reason, it knew, or it, correctly guessed, or whatever the situation was, that it just should wait out, just hold off the proxy, and then counter. So it's a testament to
maybe a little bit of luck there, choosing the right build, not doing a proxy, something like that.
You know what? Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, and you're right. Maybe it is a bit of luck. I think it could just.
There was one of the pros today. Was it Rogue, or maybe it was one of the Koreans they were interviewing at IEM today? Was he was saying, I played well and stuff, but sometimes you just need a little luck. Sometimes a little luck, and so he's hoping luck is on his side. Sometimes in StarCraft, you get lucky. Not taking anything away from either of these two, though. Obviously, Tier just has strong builds every single game, pretty much.
Maybe it's like the equivalency for luck for bots is like your bugs, right? And your bugs lean in your favor or they don't.
Oh, that's an interesting point. So Tier saves time in the build, so he bunches the buildings and puts them, right up on his nexus, so they can get back to mining sooner and get out more stalkers and that kind of thing.
That's interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense, actually, yeah, because if the probe doesn't have to walk as far, you're not walling off, you're not, doing something weird. But anyway, Tier will take it here. So Straylock remains at no wins. Tier is going to go, is that 2-1 or 3-0 for Tier? That is 2-1 for Tier. So Tier also looking good. The only undefeated bots currently, GensiBot. Spiny just lost, right?
Yeah.
CreepyBot? Did CreepyBot just win?
No.
Wait, no, we didn't watch CreepyBot yet.
We haven't done CreepyBot yet.
We haven't done CreepyBot yet.
CreepyBot
MadBot undefeated, so yeah, we're gonna see. There's gonna not be as many bots undefeated, I think, by the end of today.
Good, as it should.
Good, as it should be.
As Tier would let us know that it's all about balance, because he moonlights as Thanos.
Oh, do I keep watching the stream instead of the real game? Nah, I thought today I would. No, I haven't today. At least not that I know of. I made sure to make my the stream really small and the game really big, YouTube. So it's possible. It's still possible. All right, we've got one more game in Group A coming up. We do have GensiBot versus CreepyBot. Speaking of the two undefeated currently, this will decide which one of these bots goes 3-0 and which will be 2-1 moving on to the next day. So this should be a good one. I'm excited for this. GensiBot, I believe, is Doc's favorite, right?
Yeah.
What are you saying? You're what?
I have to grab. I feel like GensiBot is definitely one of those bots I gravitate towards.
Mm-hmm.
I like GensiBot.
GensiBot's a really very strong bot. There's a reason they're both undefeated so far, though. So this is going to be a clash of titans here. Should be a lot of fun to watch. And then, of course, after a little break after this game, we're going to have Group B. So stick around, everybody. We've got more games coming up. Definitely a lot of fun tonight happening here on ESChamp. I'm ready whenever production is. Let's do it. What are your predictions? You think GensiBot's going to be able to take this? I'm thinking GensiBot's going to be able to.
I think GensiBot's got it.
Yeah. We shall see. Well, here we are on Winter's Gate. I love that we do all the maps pretty much for every day, too. So we get a nice little diversity. How do you choose what maps the bots play on?
It's randomized.
It's just random? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's simply randomized.
Oh, interesting.
Sure, our admin can let us know. Oh, look at a little bit of good luck, have fun. That's really nice.
Yeah, GensiBot, always good-mannered. How human of it.
Very human.
Well, here he is in the top left on Winter's Gate. It is our Red Terran, GensiBot.
GensiBot.
Bot.
Made by, guess what? Gensi. The creator's name is Gensi. And GensiBot is quite capable of handling enemy siege positions in TVT. His weaknesses are rushes. So CreepyBot may be a good challenge for him. Yeah.
Well, CreepyBot, a very macro-oriented, does a lot of creep spread. So here he is in the bottom right, our Blue Zerg CreepyBot.
Creep. I like sometimes to think of these bots like Pokemon.
I was just watching Pokemon. They're on Twitch Presents. They're streaming Pokemon for Pokemon. I guess it's Pokemon Day.
Because the new Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back is coming out on Netflix, I think tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, they remade, if you remember the original Pokemon movie with Mewtwo and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They remade it to be like brand new graphics and all that stuff. So it's coming out on Netflix. I think
I might check that out.
Yeah, it's the same movie, just like super upgraded graphics.
Oh, interesting. That should be cool.
Yeah. It's I don't know about you or anybody else. I definitely teared up during that movie. So I had a little bit of a soft spot for the ending. I don't like Ash as a character. I think he's a terrible Pokemon trainer.
Oh my god, he's so stupid.
He's like
he should be dead 30 times over. I was just watching the it's actually one of my favorite episodes, the one where he goes into the Lavender Tower to catch the ghost Pokemon to fight Sabrina with the Abra and all that.
And like
and he's just
licks him,
he's so stupid. What was one of the things he did? He's fighting Sabrina, and the Kazam or whatever uses a thing to make Pikachu start dancing, and Ash is like, oh, Pikachu decided to dance in the middle of a battle. How cute. Like, are you dumb? Like, how? Ash pisses me off. He's just the dumbest. Worst record, by the way, for wins and losses. If you look at his overall career, horrible Pokemon, horrible Pokemon trainer,
for catching Pokemon.
God, he's so garbage at it.
Yeah. So this creepy bot has his queen just trying to crawl across the map and got trapped in this like the stage time warp.
Hey, you thought queens off creep were slow? Wait till you put them in a slow field.
Ooh, terrible.
It's like this. I think are queens slower than overlords off creep? No, they're a little bit faster. They're a little bit faster because they can catch up to overlords. Yeah. So I guess overlord going through the slow zone would still technically be the slowest unit in the game.
I think a larva going over the slow zone.
Larvas move they move around. They're pretty quick if they could move away from the hatchery without dying. But
if they could,
they need to stay near that hatchery to stay alive. Anyway, Zergling Speed's about to finish up. Gensibot, what do you have for defense? Hellions, that's just what you need against Speedlings. So kind of taking mech sweeps approach, doing the Vikings, getting some mech out. The Vikings could be very good as a Spire, just got thrown down as well for CreepyBot.
Man, this queen is super dedicated.
She's going all the way across, isn't she?
She is. She's gonna try.
To be fair, she has kept that Reaper so busy though, so it can't get into the mineral line and do anything actually worthwhile. So, yeah.
So I guess maybe she's accomplishing what she set out to do.
Fill the rocks on the other side of the map.
I believe in you.
Dream.
I believe in you, Your Majesty. I believe in you.
Sorry, I'm just eating a little bit. When you don't eat all day, you feel pretty crappy.
Well, don't worry. In about a few minutes, there's a break, so you could eat to your heart's content.
Oh, I will. I will. All right, Spire's about to finish up here. Stim is about to be done as well, though. Not too many Marines out so far, so not a whole lot of anti-air. How many mutas are we going to see? Nah, not very many.
Are
3.
We taking, like polls for mutas?
What?
Like how many mutas we're going to see?
Well, I guess it depends on how long CreepyBot can survive. Because we do have 6 mutas on the way right now. 7. Okay, so now we're getting up there. That's a decent flock of mutas. Especially if there's only a handful of Marines out. Mutas could even take that engagement. We'll see here. +1 flyer attacks as well, so that makes me think this is just going to be a big Zergling, maybe Baneling composition. I didn't see a Baneling nest. Did you?
I do not.
Maybe just Zergling Muta, no Banelings mixed in. Which I guess it's not the worst against mech. I've never thought Banelings were that good. So
I see that the mutas are getting chased away. I don't know if the harassing is going to be ideal from here.
Yeah, now there's just a few too many Marines out, especially with that Viking overhead and Stim being done. The mutas need to be in about double that number and they could take the side. They're doing a decent job at cutting back, but they're kind of just taking little pokes and not really doing any damage. Finally, a Marine will fall. But, here we go. Big fresh muta coming in. Will it be enough? Man, it's hard to keep up with these bots sometimes. They're literally everywhere. There's attacks even on the Zerg side of things. Maybe Hellions or something fighting on the creep. So there's just action absolutely everywhere right now. But Gensibot is holding together. Is got that nice little pack of Marines. It's even holding off the mutas onto the north side here. So well done, well dealt with.
Yeah, I think that even though CreepyBot has tried to split up an attack on multiple fronts, Gensibot is holding it off. These Marines with Medivacs and the Vikings patrolling. I think this is just not in CreepyBot's favor. And looking up behind him, it's not really making anything that makes me say, yeah, this is just a distraction.
Yeah, now I would like to see Banelings just with this many Marines out. If you're going to go the Muta style against Terran, you do kind of need those Banes, I think. +2 attack is on the way for the Muta, so they're going to pack a punch, but they just die so quickly to the stim ball of Marines there. I'm starting to think that Gensibot is just going to have a little bit too much. Look at the army supply, more than double. So CreepyBot's just kind of throwing units away, which is, in the long run, not good.
Yeah, less than ideal.
Yeah, just kind of losing mutas here and there. Interesting. Infestation bit's on the way. Maybe a miracle fungal could save the day here.
Well, I feel like a fungal is where we're heading to, but I don't think it's going to be, like, it's not going to save the day. These mutas are way too few and way too, thinned out in terms of their ability to do much damage, so...
Well, we'll see. We'll see. No infestors started up just yet. Just another base going down. I don't know. 2-2 on the way now for GensiBot as well. This is just looking like too strong of a Terran army. Triple the army supply almost.
Yeah. Like
these mutas just not doing it.
Yeah, GensiBot's starting to group up now. And so these mutas are just being vaporized upon impact.
Yeah. GensiBot's just going to have too much in the end. There's not really an answer to the Marines. Even if you could get a wraparound with Zerglings, there's, I think, more Marines than Zerglings out at this moment. So I just don't see it happening. CreepyBot's macro is phenomenal. The creep spread on point like it always is. So it's definitely got some things going for it here, but it needs more. It needs more. What?
3. This is group stage 3. That's what you're watching, ladies and gentlemen. Group stage day 3.
Sorry, we're just getting some notes from production here, everybody. Pardon our silence. All right, so more Marines than even... I think there's more Marines than army supply for CreepyBot. Just the Marines alone could probably push across and do this. And as soon as GensiBot decides to do so, I think that will be the end of CreepyBot. But CreepyBot has been staying active. It's trying with the muta harass, but GensiBot's just too on top of it. Those mutas could not find an opening anywhere.
It's one of those things where he can end it at any time right now.
But CreepyBot's just keeping them distracted. It's almost like that thing you do with bots to exploit them. We've seen it in the humans versus bots matches that we've done at the finals where, it's a bot, so you can keep it busy and keep it returning home, keep it running back home, hitting that F2 and going back home because one muta goes into the main or something like that.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're just delaying the inevitable, right? You can't stop the progress of these bots. These bots it's coming. It's coming for you.
They are coming.
They're coming.
So again, the muta's being annoying, but what is?
Like, it's a good distraction, but I'm not like we got nothing behind it, right? We only have like 1 muta in production, maybe 5 queens, but
oh yeah, there's so many Marines here. There's nothing that stops this Marine ball at this point. You all right?
Yep, sorry. I don't know why I made that sound.
Sounded like a puppy or something. We're all a little bit loopy tonight here, everybody. Thanks for putting up with us. Yeah, here we go. This is gonna end up crushing CreepyBot here. GensiBot, this looks so strong here, is gonna go up to 3-0 so far in this season. CreepyBot taking its first loss. Rough stuff.
Rough stuff. Rough and tumble.
Yeah, 125 army supply to 36. This is just a matter of time here. We're gonna probably see every single base have to go down before this is over. No, not a lot. What was the one bot that GG'd? There was one that GG'd early last season.
Oh man.
Who was that?
You're asking me to pull from my...
Who was that? That was...
We'll post it in the chat. Maybe the chat knows.
Yeah, maybe chat knows. But yeah, one of the bots GG'd out when I think it could have won, but then it GG'd out because it lost its main base or something. It's kind of funny. Anyway, well done indeed. GenZBot will push through. We're going to speed it up here. Still holding on. Those mutas still trying to harass, but finally, I guess there's just enough Marines across the map that GenZBot doesn't care. Knows the Vikings will hold it back home, and is just going to be able to come and pillage the main. And then following that will be the rest of the bases. Look at the creep, though. Holy crap. That creep spread is insane.
Absolutely. And that's like, I think now, and like that's CreepyBot's namesake, right? He just spreads creep all over the place. So shout outs to Mac Attack for that rate of 20.
Yeah, thank you. What's up, everybody from Mac Attack Stream? Hopefully you had fun there. Welcome to ProBots. You are watching day 3 of season 1 here in 2020. This is the end of Group A. Obviously, GenZBot about to finish things off here. But we've got more games coming up. We're about to go to a quick little break here. But we've got 4 more matches. Group B will be coming right up after the break. So definitely stick around, hang out. I love those little ducks. Mac and Quack. Yeah, those are cute. So awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching robots essentially fight it out. This is I've told people when I'm trying to explain it to like my dad or something, it's like what's that robot fighting show on TV? BattleBots or something. It's like BattleBots, but with StarCraft. It's essentially what this is. So
that's how I always explain it. It's BattleBots with like StarCraft.
Yeah.
But what you're actually watching is the future. The future of StarCraft is bots.
Robot Wars, that's what it's called.
Robot Wars.
Yeah, Robot Wars.
Oh, yeah,
I think BattleBots was one too. I think that was there's been a few leagues of that, but
so I believe one of them is the British, because I think British started it, and then the other one is the American version.
Gotcha. Well, anyway, we've had 4 awesome games so far. We're halfway through our evening here. So again, thank you everyone for joining us. If you are not already a part of the community, type in !community into the chat there. You can get check out our awesome new forum that Drek has created. We're doing a lot of tutorial type stuff, trying to help people learn StarCraft, that kind of thing. So definitely check out some of the content there.
And also bot making. So if you
making.
Yeah, if you like what you see there, and you like, we have Bits of Code, which is our series that takes you through. Stephen Brown takes you through how to make a bot like something here that could be entered in. And you have questions about it, post it in that forum. We have some awesome people in the community who can answer for you and help you out. So.
We want more bots. The more bots, the better. We have 16 bots in our season this out, which I think is the most bots we've had for any season.
Yeah, this is the highest amount of bots we've had for any season. So,
we'll take as many, however many people submit. We'll put them in.
The good news is we're constantly climbing, right? There's a constant climb of bots every season. We started off with like 8, and then we kind of got up to like 11, 12, and then we kind of hovered around 13 for a bit, and now we're at 16. So ProBots is constantly growing. It's really awesome to see the participation from the community. It's really cool to see what people come up with. So
absolutely,
it's good.
Yeah, a lot of really good bots this season. The bots have really just taken leaps and strides as far as how good they are. Essentially, all the bots really competitors in this season against each other.
Why don't we jump to a quick break? We're going to get a quick break. We're going to refresh ourselves, and then in 5 minutes, we won't be gone longer than 5 minutes. We'll be back here with some more ProBot action, and we can. Who are we starting off with when we get back?
Three-way lover versus additional pylons.
Perfect.
So a very exciting match. I love watching three-way lover. We last season saw some really cool games in the semis and the finals. I believe did three-way lover make it to the finals, or was that just semifinals?
He did make it to the finals, but not. I don't believe the last one. I think the season before that.
Oh, season 2. Yeah. I think you're right. Either way, some phenomenal play. So yeah, stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just 5 minutes with three-way lover versus additional pylons in Group B of ProBots, Day 3, Season 1 of 2020. That's a mouthful. Woo, we did it. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back. Are we live? Oh, hi. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for ProBots Group B, kicking things off with three-way lover versus additional pylons. Before we hop into that, though, make sure you type in !community to check out our forum. You can type in !join to become a Crown Club member. You get an awesome shout out, and it helps support ProBots more than anything. So definitely check that out. if you want to continue seeing more ProBots.
Speaking of shout outs, let's do one right now.
Ooh, all right. I like shout outs. Big shout out.
Let's do it. Absolutely. All right. So thank you, Jessica Wong, for that shout out for you being a Crown Club member. So booyaka to you. Welcome to the group. Crown Club members help make what we do a reality. These are the people who believe in us trying to make a better equipped community, and exclamation mark join to see how you can get your name up in a shout out. So
cool stuff. Big shout outs to all those Crown Club members. All right, we've got a three-way lover and additional pylons coming up next. Both bots have 0 wings this season, which a little surprising, especially at a three-way lover. One of our strong bots throughout multiple past seasons.
I think that's also surprising from like additional pylons as well, right? So I feel like these are both veteran bots that should have at least something on the board in week 3, but it's still early, right? So
it is still early. It's only day 3. We've got 8 days total. 7 days, 8 days.
We have seven weeks total.
7 weeks total. So
not including the
7
brackets.
Thursdays.
Yeah, not including the brackets and the finals, but 7 weeks.
Yep. So still plenty of time for these bots to step up their game. They are allowed to update throughout the season. So every week we could be seeing something a little bit different out of every single bot in theory. Obviously
Absolutely.
we won't, but in theory we can. So it should be fun. All right, production, whenever you're ready, we're moving on to Disco Bloodbath.
My
as
favorite.
our first Group B match here. This is a good one. It's going to be a PvP.
Yeah, I'm a Disco Bloodbath fan.
You a disco guy?
Yeah. I can disco a little bit. Like a little bit of
Would you have discoed before disco died? Would you have been?
Disco's not dead. Like if you find the right places, you could still disco.
Disco never dies, my friend.
Yeah. It's one of those things that just keeps on going.
Vladimir Poutine. That's what's the poutine place in Canada?
Smokes Poutine.
Smokes Poutine. They could make a Vladimir Poutine.
Yeah,
on the menu.
Smokes Poutine is not like the best poutine. It's just like the most convenient. It's like the McDonald's of poutines. They just
I had it while I was there. It was all right. I want like real good poutine then. So where should I go next time I'm in Canada?
Montreal. Montreal is the like nest, like the Zerg nest of poutines. Right? You can get every poutine under the sun.
That sounds awesome. All right, let's go and introduce these bots. We have got a PvP on our hands. In the top left position, it is our red Protoss. Give it up for three-way lover.
And in the pseudo bottom right position, we have our blue Protoss. Additional pylons.
Yeah, I don't know why my mic sounds scratchy today.
I don't know either. It is a little odd.
I blame production.
Yeah. So for those of you who are asking about what poutine is, it's like Canada's specialty next to maple syrup, and it is just fries, cheese curds, and gravy. But
it doesn't have to be just that.
No, yeah, like you get some places that put like ground beef on it with like cheese. So you get like chili poutine, and
there was one at Smokes.
Sausages.
They had like waffles. It was like they did waffles instead of the fries, I think, and had like chicken on it. So it was like chicken and waffle poutine.
Yeah, you do all sorts of crazy poutine combinations. But the general concept is some sort of starch, some sort of cheese, and then some sort of gravy.
Maple syrup would be good on poutine.
They do have like a poutine, like you can have like a sweet and sour kind of flavor from it, where they put maple syrup on like chicken Chicken and waffles. Like, that's what you're supposed to do with chicken and waffles, right? You're supposed to put like syrup on it. It's that sweet and savory flavor.
Well, anyway, we've got a StarCraft game here. You're just making me hungry, Drek. Now I'm going to need to get some poutine after this cast. We've got Three-Way Lover getting his traditional third base location, second base, which will be scouted out by additional pylons. Heading straight to it there. Interesting. Oh, Three-Way Lover doesn't like that. Get that probe.
Three-Way Lover's one of his specialties is skipping his natural and
I think I'm behind the stream again.
Yes. Just make sure you're refreshed. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Now I'm a second ahead of you.
22, 23, 24.
Yeah,
25.
that works.
Yeah, we're fine.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, I was saying how, and this is actually the same place that Three-Way Lover was against Tyr, if I remember, and he skipped his natural, and Tyr, was it Tyr? I think it was Tyr he was up against, and Tyr essentially peroxied, where Three-Way Lover would normally skip to his natural and skip his natural to his third. And so it was a really good combination of watching him try to struggle to keep it alive.
See, like right there on that dance floor, units should be forced to dance as they walk across it.
I like how you're like forced to dance.
They will dance.
That's.
I just think it's an opportunity missed from Blizzard. That's all.
I think it's a good chance to get a lot of hate from players or for bots and anybody who is forced to dance in the middle of a. It is a cute little bear. I like that bear.
It's a they're on another map as well. What are they called? I can't remember their name. It's from Warcraft or something, isn't it?
Lost Temple?
I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, +1 is on the way, just starting 4 additional pylons. So seeing our first upgrades here, but Three-Way Lover going for the Immortals instead. So second Robo Bay or Robo Facility is coming down right now. So we'll be double cranking those Immortals by the looks of it. In PvP, sometimes you just get too many Immortals and there's just not a whole lot your opponent can do about it. I kind of like how they're split up too. One on the third, one on the main there. So should something go wrong, you'll still have a Robo Bay.
Yeah, that's cute how he sort of diversified his losses of units in that way, having bases on each area. One thing that should note that additional pylons is really good adapting over multiple battles. And so it unfortunately won't help him in this particular style in the group stages where he doesn't get to keep information. But throwing down the Guardian Shield, going to take him on through a Lover. Gotta do some more kiting. Immortal's gonna leave a lot.
Additional pylons is being very aggressive in pushing this back right now, and maybe we'll get the Immortal. Oh my God, he's gonna get the Immortal. That is huge. Three-Way Lover, was forced to kite back, and additional pylons just got right up in his face, which in the end, there's still just a few too many stalkers here maybe, but as the Immortal shows up for additional pylons, I think this is going to get pushed away now.
Yeah, this is not something
this is going to be weird.
Like, this is a very odd thing, because I actually thought Three-Way Lover was going to have this without much contention, and instead he got pushed pretty heavily.
Only partially, though. In the end, though, one Immortal does stand for Three-Way Lover, that reinforcing Immortal, on half health, but it can still chew through stalkers like nobody's business here. All in all, additional pylons. I want to say it was going to hold it, but just not quite enough here. And I think this is the moment that Three-Way Lover is able to push through and at least going to get the third base potentially.
This third base is going to be a force of contention for pretty much the rest of this match. Kudos to Three-Way Lover in this aggressiveness. I love when bots are aggressive. I love it. I think all bots should be this aggressive, if not more so. This double robo push really puts a huge amount of pressure on additional pylons, because these stalkers are going to feel the pain. Like two robos to one. Ain't no business.
I will ban you all in chat if you don't start behaving.
Oh, you just gotta keep an eye.
I don't know why that guy got timed out.
Oh, just spamming.
Is that you? Oh, just spam. That was a little spammy.
It was a little spammy.
Watch the spam. We're here to talk about ProBots. I don't speak French either, so you could be insulting my mother in French, and I wouldn't know. So, unfortunately, that stuff's going to get deleted in the long run there. But here we go. A three-way lover now on 4 bases just has too much. I am casting. All right.
Leave it
just
down,
only partially, yes. So many immortals here. I really liked the double immortal production out of three-way lover. I think that's what really set him apart in this build and just allowed him to have more. Because even as he was losing immortals, a new one would just show right up and be able to keep fighting. So,
well, that's it. Like the double robo was the clincher for this. All right, really strong build. This is definitely GG. I do like that additional pylons is struggling. He's trying to keep alive. He's still trying to put down pylons. He's still throwing out units. Cute micro. Probably could speed it up at this point, I imagine.
Oh yeah, this is over. Three-way lover is going to take its first win this season here, putting itself at 1-2 for an overall record. So nicely done here. And yeah, just continuing to get more bases behind it. Just very, very solid on the macro. The double immortal, especially in PvP, I think can do really well, as we saw here. And yep, that is going to do it for this matchup. We've got 3 more matches coming your way, so nobody move. Y'all stay put and keep behaving in chat like I know you will.
Absolutely.
There we go. Well, Bot versus the Cinder Block coming up next. That should be a good one. But I have people skills. That's a good thing for a bot to have. That's honestly probably the harder step than any of these builds that they're doing. To have people skills as a bot.
Isn't that what the ultimate goal of a bot is? To obtain people skills?
Depends on the bot, but
all bots should strive to obtain people skills. Like that's what you want. You want to turn into the Terminator.
Something like that. I was thinking more of data from Star Trek, but
it's
data.
Pronounced data.
Yeah, I don't know why I said data. I told you I'm loopy. I corrected myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, what? First
Long day.
versus GIF, and now data versus data.
I stand by that. It's not a GIF. It's like peanut. What's the Jiffy? Is that peanut butter or something? No, it's a GIF. All right. All right, so we got 3 more matches against Cinderblock versus
Annie.
Who was it? Annie-Bot coming up next.
Annie standing for artificial no intelligence.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty good play out of it so far, though.
Well, that's the irony of it. It's a Terran bot made in Python, created by Salvalis. I don't know if I pronounce that right, but we'll say that's how you pronounce it, Salvalis. And he only gains a little bit of info about his enemy and cannot adapt to enemy compositions or strategy during the games. That's actually not a ideal thing to. Does he stay? Oh, that's what he says. Does not do well. Because I'm like, that's not a good thing. Antibot is a kind of bot that needs to get to his late game, so we'll see if he makes it against the Cinderblock. Cinderblock is he is the child. Or the child of the brick. No, he would be the older version because the Cinderblock is bigger than a brick.
Yeah, he was brought back, I think, from the dead or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got our next map loaded up, ready to go. We're going back to Disco Bloodbath yet again for a TVZ. So hold on to your seats, everybody, while we get this rolling. Take it away, production, whenever you're ready.
Consider my seats held. Wow. Where are we? Disco Bloodbath.
Sorry, Trumpet. I couldn't resist. He said he was going to misbehave, so I saw the opportunity to ban him, and I did. I unbanned him, though. It's fine. It was just a joke. I'm sorry, Trumpet. All right, here we go. In the top left corner, it is our blue Zerg, the Cinder Block.
Woo! And for those of you who are watching YouTube later, Andy Man is just being silly. Don't worry.
Always.
In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Red Terran, Antibot, artificial no intelligence, bot, Andy.
All right, let's see what we get here. Cinder Block, I believe, is known for mass Zergling, if I do recall correctly.
No need to recall. What do our notes say?
Nothing. That's why I have to recall.
Oh, you're right. Our notes do say that.
Do you think I would just try to recall on my own? No. I was forced to because we don't have notes on Cinder Block for whatever reason.
Yeah, you're right. That's a silly thing. Well,
that's all right.
It happens. Well, what we do know is Antibot's biggest weakness is its early aggression. So if anybody does any early aggression, if the Cinder Block is Zerglings, like you surmise, Andy, then Antibot could be in trouble.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see here. Spawning pool in the middle of the mineral line. I don't know how I feel about that. Not good. Because look at the path those drones have to take to mine now.
Maybe it's some like 5,000 IQ like strategy that we just don't know about.
Yeah, the bots are supposedly smarter, right? Robots are always better than humans. That's what I've been taught.
Are they teaching that in school now? Is that where we're at?
They should be. All right, factory on the way now for Antibot. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this one pans out. Should be interesting. Oh, okay. I am wrong. It's not mass Zerglings. There's a Roach Warren now on the way as well.
That was the plan all along.
That was indeed. Yeah, Yamabushi knows. Cinderblock should go roaches. Well, you are correct. Cinderblock is going roaches. Let's get that second base up
for the win.
I wouldn't mind seeing a quick third base out of Cinderblock, to be totally honest, because Antibot doesn't look like he's going to be doing pressure anytime soon. It's got a defensive bunker. Usually that means you're going to sit at home for a little bit.
Which is weird because Antibot was saying that, or like the creator of Antibot was suggesting that Antibot is weak against early aggression, but having a bunker down there is kind of pretty safe, like a safe bet.
Yeah, that's very defensive build to do. 5 roaches on the way out now, so we'll see if Cinderblock chooses to push across and do some early pressure, but we'll see. A nice Widow Mine as well. Yeah, this is a pretty solid early game defense out of Antibot.
I think it's trying to bait and switch us. It makes us think it's going to do one thing and it ends up doing the other.
Mind games. That's what it's all about. All right, here comes the attack. Cinderblock is going to push across with those roaches. Starport just finished up. So maybe... is that a second Starport now in production?
Yeah. So this is actually where we will see that Antibot might struggle because we're trying to tech up to Starports where if Antibot's caught in a weak position, these roaches are going to make mincemeat of what's... Oh! Cute.
Hey, good engagement so far. Gets one roach. Nothing lost so far for the Terran. This Widow Mine will get picked off, though, as it chose to not pick up and run away. The Marines also going to get picked off, but another Widow Mine shot does go off and gets another roach there. But, God, there's just so many roaches. Thank goodness Antibot has a bunker. Are we going to see the SCVs pulled to repair, though? We need to see the SCVs pulled to repair. They get pulled from the main. One looks like it was going to repair, but then it just died. The bunker did. And Marauder, you're a little bit late to the party.
That was unfortunate and a little bit terrible.
Yes, indeed. Had that Marauder been in the bunker, had a few SCVs been pulled to repair, this is absolutely holdable. But as it is, that's a lot of roaches, and a couple Marines ain't going to cut it. Marauder's going to do its best here, but we'll see. There's definitely going to be some heavy losses on the Antibot side. It may not just kill him outright here, but this is going to hurt. This
is definitely the early aggression that I think the creator was concerned about. that though, I really felt that could have been at least the first wave could have been held with enough repair and those widow mines in the right place. That would have definitely held. But we're in a world of hurt, and this is good night. This is
the micro out of the Marauders and stuff a little bit lackluster as well. They choose to pull back just a moment too late. You can see there tries to run away, but by then the volleys are already coming in. So a little bit unfortunate. Nice little wall off is going to buy some time, but God, this is the Zerg Swarm at its finest.
Yeah, but where are we for repairs, though? Like, this is my question. Where are the repairs? There's the SCV coming a little too late.
Yeah, everything just a little bit too late here. Roaches and Zerglings going to trickle in. You can see the panic mode coming down out of those SCVs and all the little red clicks. But, yeah, this is going to be Cinderblock taking the win. Its first win this season, so well done. And Antibot will fall to 0-3 of a record now.
Yeah, everything.
I like the Widow Mines, though. Not a lot of bots do Widow Mines these days.
Not a lot of bots do Widow Mines well, right? I think we haven't seen a Widow Mine, a real serious kind of Widow Mine since, I want to say 2 seasons ago.
I was going to say Antibot could force the draw. No. Float a building and go hide in the corner.
Nope.
GG. Cinderblock is going to take it. Nicely done. All right, so we've got 2 more matches here for you, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, we've got Mad AI versus Paul. And then following that, I think the most anticipated match, in my opinion.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure this is that last match.
It's going to be golden.
Yeah. I'm feeling
so we'll wait to get to that, though. We do have Mad AI versus Paul coming up next. Production is going to get that loaded up for you guys. Let's talk a little bit about these 2 bots. Mad AI, made by Madman. It's really good at adapting to the enemy after the build order's been chosen. So could do very well. Paul, not a bad bot. Paul actually doing a lot better this season. Got a win last week, which was really cool. But just does pretty basic things, you know.
So
I'm trying to see. Oh no, yeah, in the notes it doesn't really say what it does specifically, but I think that's the one that does just Zerglings, if I recall correctly.
So Paul in the past has done just Zerglings, but he's also done like a Nidus.
Oh, that's right. He did the Nidus. Yes.
Yeah, he did. Mad AI is the bot that will calculate and tell you what it's doing or what it's like decided to do.
Yep. Does based on probability, you know, this build will be better, so I'm going to do this, essentially. So yeah, this should be a fun one coming up here. Again, 2 more matches coming up. So while we wait for this game to get loaded up, make sure you type in !community to check out the forum in chat there if you have not already. Got a lot of cool content coming out on ESChamp in the future.
Yeah, I'm really excited to bring to you guys some of this stuff. We have bits of code coming back. Steven is working hard to make sure you future bot makers have your pathway cleared. Cheers to that.
All right, I think we're in game. We're on Thunderbird. Let's take it away here. Got a PVZ coming up. I don't know if the stream saw it, but the way Mad AI splits its probes at the beginning is very satisfying. It's like 3. It goes off in groups of 3, and they all go perfectly even directions. It was just really nice.
Well, what would you expect from perfect beings like the bots?
Exactly. Here he is up in the top left, our red Protoss. Give it up for Mad AI.
Woo! And in the bottom right, the most simple yet most effective blue Zerg, Paul. Little cute note to keep note is that last week I surmised that Paul was the name of an alien or it was the name of a person.
Like, yeah, that movie Paul, right?
That's what I thought. I was like, this is paying homage to an alien. Paul is actually a bearded dragon lizard, and it's named after the lizard.
Oh, well, that's cool too.
Yeah, well,
I used to have a lizard.
Used to? What happened to it?
I just gave it away. I was young, too much work. It was a sweet one too. It's called the Eurymastix lizard, and they live for like 80 years or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, live a baby stinger, some really long time. They get about as big as a cat. And
Oh my god. I want
yeah,
one of those.
I just had him for about a year, and then high school, and was busy doing other stuff.
Okay, what do you have to do with lizards? You don't have to walk them. You don't you just
you
put
can
the light on them and you just and
then you just feed them worms and clean their cage, and you can pet them. They'll let them crawl around on you. Yeah, they're cool. I like lizards.
I want to get a Komodo dragon.
That's extreme, but okay. You'd be like one of those rich guys from Saudi Arabia walking around with their exotic pet walk around with a Komodo dragon on a leash.
Walk around.
What did we choose? Ooh, Rush defend into DT. Last week we saw the Proxy 4-gate. This week we're going to see a Rush defend into DTs.
What are these percentages? So it's like 2 base Colossus, like 59%.
I think it's a percentage of how well the build will do or something. Like how good of a build it is against Paul is doing. So it's like, oh, this one, or it's the chance of success or something. So it's like this build has an 82% chance of success based on what I've seen you're doing. So I'm going to go with that one.
I think if Mad AI knew that Paul was named after a lizard, it would change his decision. I know I would.
Apparently, Kagamine has a 1% win rate across 400 games on AI Arena.
Wait, what? Win rate or loss rate? Because that sounds weird.
It said win rate.
That doesn't sound accurate. So this is weird because they're trying to fall through this hole, but I'm pretty sure they can just go around to the right. Am I the crazy one, or am I seeing this right?
No, you're seeing it right. They could easily just walk around that, but they're choosing not to. They want to break through that hole so badly, and with 3 Zealots here, it's going to take a while. There we go. The Stalker actually pops out on the right side and pulls the Zerglings around, so now they're going to get a full surround on the Zealots, and then the Stalker just leaves the battle. What a jerk that Stalker is. Oh, my God. That's hilarious, though.
This has to be, the best hold I've ever seen in my life. I feel like
he's doing it. The cannon getting some damage done. The Stalker's doing a good job of kiting back. One will finally fall to the Speedlings. Thankfully for Paul, they are Speedlings. I think this is held.
This is the weirdest and best hold I've ever seen. Wow. I think this is held because we have these cannons now in good places, but oh my goodness, that
wall though. Oof.
That's like the best choke point I've ever seen. But you know what he said? He said he's going to hold it into DTs. So that's next step.
I think the DT shrine just finished.
Did it? Oh. I have to say, this is my first time seeing this build out of Mad AI. I don't think I've ever seen this build.
No. Well, the past 2 weeks, we've gotten the 4-gate, I think. Both times.
We've seen him do DTs. It's not the first time seeing DTs, but this is the first
just this season. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but this is the first time I've ever seen him do a defend into DTs.
Oh, I see. Well, here we go. Is there any detection across the map? That's the big question.
I don't think so. I think this is going to be pretty successful. Because Paul is doing exactly what Paul does, which is just Zerglings. No, don't attack. Oh, no, you should have left it. Because that could activate a response from Paul.
I don't think Paul does responses to things. if I know Paul correctly.
You know what? He's not even mining gas. So yeah, you're right. There are no responses.
Nope. It's just going to die slowly to the Dark Templar. There's enough of defense at home for Mad AI. It's going to be able to kill any of those Zerglings trickling in. So well done. Mad AI is going to take it with a cheeky DT build. Just no response whatsoever out of Paul. So easy win.
Easy Bugattis. I have to say, it's very impressive. Sometimes, and it's obviously my small human brain where you'll see Mad AI and he's like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. You're like, is that really what you should be doing? And then you're like, oh, you obviously knew because that was the right thing to do.
And yeah, this absolutely was the right thing to do. DT's going ham right now. So yeah, we could probably speed this up.
Yeah, I feel like
it is inevitable that Paul will die here. No,
you never know. Maybe he'll just
There we go. Yeah, let's get some Fs for Paul in the chat there. Paul doing okay, though. This is Paul's second loss, so currently 1-2 on the bracket. I'm sorry. Paul has 2 wins. This is Paul's first loss. So Paul been doing very good this season so far with that early Ling pressure.
Well, and just, some people might be wondering and understand, like, why did Paul not upgrade, not build anything other than Zerglings? Believe it or not, that can be a strategy in itself, and it has proven successful in some cases. Because what you do is you end up making the game a lot easier, right? You bring the game into a much smaller case where you don't have to worry about things after you build gas. Like if you're a programmer stretched for time, focusing on tier 1 units, bursting out a whole bunch of them really early. If you've seen some of these bots that don't have a lot of good responses to early aggression, if you roll the dice, you could probably win 50% of the time. Like, I pulled that statistic out of nowhere, but I feel like you could definitely take more bots than you lose to if you just rush straight to tier 1 units. Like maybe double production facility and just push it out. Except for Zealots. I don't think you could win. Actually, that's not true. Dimitrobot used to do that.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, Dimitrobot used to just do Zealots. And he won. For season 1 of ProBots, he won.
All right, well, check it out. We've got our bracket up on screen here. This last match coming up will decide which third bot will be 3-0 in this season so far. So far, we've got GensiBot is 3-0. Mad AI now 3-0. And this is just today's results that you're seeing. But overall, Micro Machine Kagamine, words are so hard right now. Also both at 2 wins this season so far. So this, again, will decide which one will go 3-0 with GensiBot and Mad AI at the top of the groups. So whenever production's ready, let's dive into our final game. Moving on to Ephemeron to seal the deal here. Terran versus Zerg as our final matchup. I'm hyped for this one. Whatever H. Jack says in chat. I am super hyped to watch Micro Machine versus Kagamine.
I'm a big fan of this map's name, Ephemeron. It's what I would name my boat. If I had like a yacht, that's what I'd call it, the Ephemeron.
Oh, against Micro Machine, Kagamine has a 1% win rate.
Oh,
not versus. I thought he was saying to get on the AI ladder. Gotcha.
As I've come to learn, is sometimes you just don't listen to the bot creators because they're never going to tell you my bot is like amazing and it destroys everybody's bots. I have never seen a single bot maker be like, wow.
No, that's Micro Machines, mate. Raph and Unusual. They're pretty confident in there. They're pretty cocky and confident in their bots' abilities there.
Yeah, you're right. You're true. That's true. But even sometimes Raph will be like, oh, my bot might, not do well against this.
That's true. So,
I find like bot makers are definitely going to be like on the modest side. They're definitely lean more to the modest side than they're going to be like, except for like Unusual. Unusual's going to be like, yeah, we won. But most bot makers are like, oh, my bot's terrible. All right, so let's do some introductions. In the top left-hand corner, your champion from last year, season 3, the red, the only, Terran Micro Machine. Woo!
You're full of fun noises today.
Yeah.
In the bottom right, we've got our blue Zerg. It is Kagamine.
Kagamine. Like, we're gonna have intros eventually, and so I'm gonna just do the stand-in until we get the intros working.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna see Reapers coming out first from Micro Machine, and then most likely into what do you think, Banshees or? He's really good with his Banshee play.
He's pretty good for Banshee, like quick speed to either Cyclones or Banshees. So I'm expecting maybe Cyclones. It's not unlikely to see Micro Machine to go into Cyclones, lift a barracks for sight, and use that to kind of pressure his enemy. But I don't know if that's how he does his Zerg, and I don't know if it knows. I don't think Micro Machine actually knows if he's up against Zerg. But if he's not going to do Cyclones, and he'll probably do Banshees.
Yep, we'll see. Command center, a second command center.
Jesus,
about halfway
that's
done.
so cheeky. I
Wow.
love. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That, like, grenade and kind of lure them onto it.
Is this Reaper just gonna win the game here?
Holy crap!
There we go. Queen finally pops out of the main. Okay, I was like, "Where's the queen at?" Does pop out. Two Reapers though is going to be able to pull that queen a little bit back and forth, playing a little bit of ping pong here with that queen.
Oh my goodness, Micro Machine. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. Early aggression. This is like Micro Machine's specialty, is to just harass the bejesus out of it. He just is all over you. Oh, Speedlings will not save you. He is not only harassing you, but he is also calculating the next move. Oh, I love the little stop. He just stops. Like, no, I'm not walking on that.
Hey, so far, Kagamine has been dealing with this okay, though. Has only lost, one drone, 2 drones, maybe?
I think he's lost 2 drones.
2 or so. But killed off a Reaper's going to get another one here as well. So far, a really good hold. Third base even on the way, so that macro is looking very good for Kagamine. This is already shaping up to be a good match. Another Reaper coming in, but now that they've been picked off a little bit, their longevity isn't as much. They can't get into that nice little Reaper ball and hop into mineral lines and one-shot drones. So yeah, he's gonna go back home.
It doesn't matter. It's all kind of a distraction because right now we have the Banshees coming in. It's Banshee Cyclones. I like this strategy. This is a very classic Micro Machine, and I think Micro Machine. I can't remember if Micro Machine does or does not get high-speed rotors, but whenever we
maybe later in the game, but not early.
Later, not early. But when we do see high-speed rotors, man, these Banshees are disgusting.
I gotta say, these Zerglings have been doing a pretty good job dealing with these Reapers, even taking fights with them in the middle of the map and able to pick off 1 or 2 here.
I find Kagamine is one of these. I like to call Kagamine the lazy sleeper, because Kagamine, like, she'll kind of swat and she'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm not really interested right now, and then she'll just macro the crap out of you and then beat you up, because she just, it always seems sometimes you're like, is she broken? Did she like bug out? Is she okay? And then she'll be like, oh, okay, I'm fine now, I'm ready, bye. And so yeah,
we'll see though. Not a lot of answer for the Banshees. He does have queens out and some spores on the way, about halfway done there, but as it is, no detection here with the queen, so they're going to try to push back the Cyclones while taking a bunch of free damage from that Cloak Banshee above it, and it looks like all of these queens are going to die. And that might just be the nail in the coffin, because if you don't have queens to shoot the Banshee, cloak or not, they're just going to sit above head and kill everything.
Yeah, that's definitely not ideal.
This is where Micro Machine really excels, though, is in these little skirmishes. He's pulling Kagamine off the creep. He's able to pick apart these Zerglings, got those couple of queens. So just the Micro, lives up to its namesake.
It's what he does best. Now, when people play against Micro Machine, when he micros like this, it's always super mean.
It's hard to deal with, for sure.
Yeah, it's difficult.
All right. Well, as it is, a lot of Zerglings dying. Not a whole lot of answer for 3 Banshees now. There is an Overseer to be able to detect them, so Cloak is now nullified. But
a little late.
What shoots up? A queen that just died?
One queen that just got massacred.
And there's another one popping out, but one at a time is just not going to cut it. 3 Banshees can kill a queen so quickly. There's no transfuses available.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of a distraction while the Spire comes, but I don't know if we're going to make it that far. We might. Like, what is Micro Machine have coming up in the behind back here?
If you get a few mutas out, this gets shut down super hard.
Absolutely, but we're a little far away from mutas. Hyperflight Rotors is coming out, and once Hyperflight Rotors is done, these Banshees are going to outrun. Can't remember, does it make them faster or as fast as mutas?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think I like the 4 Overseers though, with the Banshees.
Well, they're not. Kagamine isn't going to take any risks anymore. It's just
Well, I
like,
like
no.
because he can split up. Like he's got one over here with the Banshee on the left. He's got the others following the ones on the right. It's good. All right, so this Queen's holding strong. Where are the mutas? 5 mutas on the way. Is it going to be quick enough?
So this actually could...
That's my stretch. That's funny.
Okay, here are the mutas.
Cyclones could do some lock-on and kiting to try to kill these mutas off. We saw that in a game earlier where the mutas just weren't in enough number and the Cyclones were able to kite. And I think that's what we're seeing here.
That's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah. Does get one Banshee there. As long as he can just pick off these Banshees, the Zerglings can eventually push away the Cyclones, I think.
And that's what we're kind of trying to see right now is that the Banshees going up against the mutas and the Zerglings going up with the Cyclones. It's going to be a dance. We're going to a little, like a waltz to see who's going to, oh, that almost got that Queen. This is, okay. So I want to say that at first I thought Micro Machine had this in the pocket, but both of these bots are heavily macroing up, and Micro Machine is keeping up with Kagamine's macro. What do we have? 5 bases to 4? That's not good. As a Zerg, you most certainly do not want to have less bases than your opponent.
Yeah, now that the Hyperflight Rotor is done, it's making things a little bit easier for the Banshees, but the Muta's still doing a very good job at, kind of holding them at bay. They haven't really been able to get onto the mineral lines too much yet. Kagamine is down on workers. If you can just clean up these Banshees and kind of stabilize, just maybe.
I think the loss of so many queens has Kagamine in a really hard place to keep up the production.
Yeah.
Because now Vikings are out here. We have Yamato Cannon being researched.
Once those battle cruisers show up, it's all over. The mutas will not be able to engage those. You need a lot of mutas to be able to take down a battle cruiser.
No. Once battle cruisers arrive, we can pretty much speed it up.
Nice hold, though, so far. Out of Kagamine. Even in the end, if it doesn't work out, the mutas were a really smart transition. It's been able to push this back pretty effectively. But yeah, as Vikings are popping out, as the BC show up, they're just going to lose any relevance they have, unfortunately. But surviving a bit longer than perhaps H-Jax thought.
Losing this base will not be a fun time for Kagamine.
Yeah, this is the start of the end here as that base goes down. There it goes, finally. Just not enough.
Well, a lot of this falls down to not having the Overseers when you needed them, right? The Banshees wreaking havoc all over the Queens, leaving us
those
short-handed.
Banshees are so annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
They're such a pain.
And I think it's a difficult strategy to deal with.
Oh, very difficult. No, and there's a reason Micro Machine won last season, has just done so well in a lot of the previous seasons, and looking like it's going to do very well this season as well. It's going to move on to a 3-0 record here. Kagamine going to 2-1. This is how every single game goes. That sucks. Micro Machine's just too good.
And the thing is, I don't think HX has put any upgrades in Kagamine in the weeks. He's just letting it go as is. So we'll see. We'll see where this season takes us.
Indeed. I like the Burrow Micro as well. It's a nice little addition. You don't see that out of a lot of Zerg players. So,
I guess that 1% victory rate still holds true.
Yep. Indeed. So yeah, maxed out Micro Machine is going to eventually finish off Kagamine here.
Is that 3 BCs? Ooh.
Yeah, BC is so good. It's just a really good build-up and transition for Micro Machine. He's got that early pressure with the Banshees, able to start harassing, and then he builds up into the BCs with some nice Hellbat. Wait, were there Hellbats in there or just Cyclones?
Just Cyclones.
Yeah, just Cyclones. I thought I saw a Hellbat for some reason.
Vikings, no, it was because there's Vikings landed, looked pretty fat and juicy.
I like the little banter that Micro Machine does too. It's cute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our matches for the day, and very entertaining matches they were. I had a great time this evening. Hopefully you all did as well.
I had a fantastic time. I think that I love watching Micro Machine in general. But overall, all our bots were amazing. All our bots did fantastic and showed what they're made of, right? So it was.
Where are our cameras on the stream?
Oh, that's a good question. Are we just
we are still here, everybody. Don't worry, we're just wrapping things up. But do be sure to tune in next week. We've got day 4 coming up on Thursday, same time, same place here on ESChamp. More ProBots coming your way, so definitely check that out. Type in !community to check out the forum. You can type in !join to become a Crown Club member. You can always hit that Twitch subscribe button as well, all of which are very effective ways to help support ESChamp and future seasons of ProBots. So absolutely. Shout out to all our Crown Club members.
Yeah, shout outs to them for keeping our content lovely and free. Without them, where would we be? Crown Club members for the win. And keep on keeping on. Make sure you guys come to the community forums. I work pretty hard, and I think you guys will love what we have laid out there. It's I had a lot of fun playing around with like the tags and stuff, so you can tag articles, and if you want to look up some of the awesome posts later on, that's my hope for it, is that we can have like a good repository of like guides and maybe some posts on stuff like bot making, and eventually some more meta discussions there. That is my hope and my vision for it. So,
and hopefully we see more bot makers next season. If you want to program a bot, we highly encourage you to do so. There are some good resources out there, such as Stephen Brown's
Bits of Code.
Bits of Code, thank you. My brain just stopped. Definitely a lot of good resources out there. If you are interested in getting a bot into ProBots, there's even, I believe, a base bot that you can download. Essentially a start
command
to
center,
a bot.
Yeah,
so you can learn how it works and how to build from there. So a lot of cool stuff. We'd love to see more and more bot makers get involved. It's really cool. We've got so many this season. So thank you to all 16 bot makers for submitting. Super fun to watch all these bots. It's a very cool thing we're doing here on ESChamp. So yeah, that's all I got.
Don't forget, if you go and watch Bits of Code, there will be like the code for the bots that Steven makes. So you can just take that, download it, and just like deconstruct it and make your own. I'm hoping I'm going to get Steven to make a post that has all the GitHub repositories of Bits of Code stuff, and you guys can find it a little easier that way too. But other than that, we got some cool stuff coming up for you. So
awesome. Well, hopefully we'll see you all next week here on ESChamp for day 4 of ProBots. Until then, I am Andy Man.
And I am
That is not Andy Man. No, you're not Andy Man.
I'm not. I like how you said Andy Mon, like a Pokemon,
yeah,
like a Digimon.
That's not a bad name. I'm going to start using the Andy Mon.
Andy Mon. All right.
Gamer tag. Anyway, that's it from us, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a good night.